This pen is $5. This pen is $50. Let's take them out into the Australian sun and see how they perform. I've got the Lambert 3059 and the TWSBI Eco. So, you're fountain pen curious but not really sure if you want to drop $50 of your hard-earned on a pen. You're not even really sure if you like fountain pens. Today I'm going to help you out with maybe an easier, cheaper and possibly better start to your fountain pen hobby than the generally recommended as the gold standard for beginners, the TWSBI Eco. Now, I've had this one for a couple of months. I don't mind it. I'm just not really a fan of the extra fine nib that I ordered with it. I don't know why I did that. I have changed it out for home use with a medium nib. That's one of the beauties of these. You can change their nibs out as well. Now, this pen costs about $5 Aussie, and this pen costs about 50 Aussie dollars. This pen, you can change the nibs out with the Lamy Safari, which is another beginner's pen. So it gives you the option of changing nibs as well as having all the fun of a piston filler, which is where you don't have to use cartridges or one of those little insert converters. A piston filler, you simply remove the cap, pop the nib in and then twist this knob and it will draw up the ink from an ink bottle. So you've got a really huge range of inks that you can use. A lot less messy than converters and a lot more ink than what's in a cartridge. A full explanation of how they compare with the cap, posting, how they feel, changing over nibs. This one's generally recognised as being the gold standard, the Eco TWSBI. A lot of people love it. I find the nibs a little bit firm. This one, the Lambert 3059, is around $5 from AliExpress or Temu. This is where I got this one from. This one you'll get from any online stationer. So let me introduce you to both of these pens. We'll have a bit of a look at them inside so I can show you a writing sample as well. And we'll just go through some of the features and benefits of both of these pens, as well as a writing sample from both. So let's go. At first glance, they both look really similar. Both are piston fill and have a huge ink capacity. Caps look very similar and clips look very similar. Nibs are different. Traditional fountain pen style nib, slightly folded Lamy Safari style nib. This is interestingly also on the Jinhao 80, similar sort of design, the folded look. So we have our two pens here, TWSBI Eco. It's pretty standard. It's got the roughly circular triangular top with a little red dot in the middle and a channel around it. Comes off with 1 to 1.5 twists probably. The clip's very good actually. The clip's pretty good for keeping this in my work pocket in my scrubs top. You can see it's clear all the way through apart from the little button or the knob for the piston fill. And so that's a really huge ink capacity for a fountain pen. You could probably write 100 pages of cursive writing with this. This is my fine nib. So this is the paper I'm using. It's a Rhodia 80 GSM. The ink is from Leonardo. It's Smeraldo Duro or Emerald. Our first writing sample is with the TWSBI Eco. I'm using a Leonardo ink. This one has got a fine nib. The Leonardo ink I managed to get with another pen I bought, and it's the Smeraldo Duro. It's an absolutely beautiful colour. So you can see there's not a lot of line variation there. It's not bad. It's not as bad as I remember it being. And go up and down. And then the same for the day. So that's 50 Aussie dollars. I don't know, 30 US dollars maybe? So now the Lanbitou 3059. Now this is available on Temu and AliExpress for anywhere between $5 and $8. I think I actually got this for $4.57 with free shipping. So it's a pretty good deal. It did take about a week, but we have just had the Christmas break. So you can see very similar clip style, not the same, but similar. It's actually got a pretty good clip as well. Very similar red dot, but the shape is slightly different. It's hexagonal on the cap. Now this brings me to one of the faults of the pen. It's about the only one that I don't like, apart from this. We'll talk about that in a sec. So the cap is perhaps one of the criticisms of this pen. The quality control's not that great. The first one I bought had the nib and feed not even pushed in properly, so when I took the lid off, it popped out and I put the cap on without realising and actually bent the nib. So that's gone in the rubbish bin. I did get a refund for it, but it just wasn't a great experience. The other problem with this cap is it just doesn't screw in. It feels like the screws are not seating if there is screws in there. Threads. It's a bit hard to see. It just takes, you think it's on, but it's not. So you have to push it in and push it tight. If you don't, your fountain pen's going to dry out. Now this is the other problem. The piston knob sometimes gets a bit loose. Now it's not actually a big drama, apart from when you push it in, sometimes you'll force more ink out and you'll get it on your hands. As you can see, I don't mind having inky fingers. So let me see, how many turns? 1, 2, 3, 2.5 to 3 turns. But when you put it on, you've really got to put some elbow grease into it. So we'll just take that off. Now, in terms of the nib, it's a very different shape, as you can see. It's actually very much the same shape as the Lamy Safari. So this is my Lamy Safari. This is around the $40 to $50 pen and it writes really well. As you can see, the nib shape of these two are very similar. Now you can take the nib off the Lamy and put it on here. Why would you want to do that? Because sometimes it's nice to write with a medium line. You get a bit more ink, it feels less feedbacky, it can be a bit more buttery. I've got a medium on this Safari, so I'll just show you TWSBI versus Lanbitou, and this is with my Safari. So you can see the line with that is good, and the pen writes really nicely as well. But again, this $50 pen is not for everyone to start with, and it shouldn't be. So we have this interchangeable nib, and I must admit, I really like that. I've got a few Lamys, and so being able to swap nibs out with this is going to be fantastic. You can see I've got all the ink in the feed and in the grip section. I've got that nice sloshing, which really, it's so nice to see when you're writing. I think it's part of the fun and the experience. Piston filler, and this is very cheap for a piston filler. A lot of only the more expensive models tend to have piston fills. The cartridges and converters are generally the cheaper pens. Unfortunately, this knob doesn't stay on that well. It is slightly different shape to the TWSBI, but it's quite reminiscent of it. You can get this in any color. I just happen to choose black because I've got a lot of blue pens, a lot of green pens, a lot of orange pens, but it comes in a rainbow of colors, so maybe I'll get some more at $5, pretty good value. So let's give it a writing test. This is the Lanbitou 3059, and this is an extra fine nib. The ink is the Leonardo, so the same. Smeraldo, Duro, reminds me of that Emerald Coast in Italy. And you can see It does have a little bit of bounce to it. It's not quite as stiff as the Eco. The line is a lot thinner, but that's because it's an extra fine, not a fine. I just don't have a fine one of these, or maybe I do. Maybe I'll go grab one. Well, I might as well demonstrate to you how to change the nibs on these things. So I just take a cloth, grasp the feed and the nib, pull, there you go, and then when you buy a replacement nib from most places, it will come with the feed. Push the feed in, gently take the nib, make sure it's lined up. I will just use the cloth to just pack it in. So what I'll need to do now is take the nib of this Lamy Safari. This is a medium. That's it there. I don't know if this will be as easy to get off. So just try and take the nib. Okay, that took a little bit of doing. So that's the extra fine nib that I've removed. And then I've got my medium nib. Yep. Okay, so we now have exactly the same nib in each pen's sort of stroke size wise. So they've both got a medium. They're different shaped nibs, so let's compare them directly. I'll start with the TWSBI Eco. Moving right along, this is the oh, there's still black ink from the Lamy Safari. Not to worry. This is the Lambert 3059. This has also got a medium nib. You can see how easily this is gliding across the page. There's absolutely no difference in writing ability and feel. The ink is Leonardo Smeraldo in behind this. This is just a Lamy black. I'm starting to get a little bit of green shimmer coming through, so you can. It's a little squeaky, but it's not horrible. So what do you think about these two pens? Which one do you prefer? Which one? What I thought was a piston that wasn't properly seating, actually that silver band was a bit loose, so I just tightened it, and now the piston knob sits in really well. So you can decide $50 or $5. I'll let you decide, but I think you'd be amazed at just how well this cheaper fountain pen performs. They're very similar, as you can see. If you're on a budget, then this is an absolute must. If you really want build quality and design quality, this is probably more for you, but it's going to come at a price. This is the TWSBI Eco and the Lambert 3059. So which one would you pick for your everyday carry? A budget one you can just chuck in your bag, or better build quality, still a pretty good price, certainly not luxury pen price, but performance is very similar. These can be hard to get in a medium nib, which is why I've had to swap out from one of my Safaris. So let me know in the comments, which one would you buy? The very beginner friendly Lambert 3059, probably with a fine nib is about the biggest you're going to get at this stage, but massive range of colorways, or the TWSBI Eco, massive range of colorways as well, but a huge selection of nibs. Better build quality, not so great build quality, but I think if you're a beginner, if you're just starting, I don't know, let me know what you think.